Okay, the umbrellas have to be put out. I already said this 2 or 3 weeks ago, and so no, they have to be put out. Thank you very much. Then I did something else. Okay, he did that. Then these curtains have to be fixed because I don't know who. Mukunda Prabhu. As far as I remember, you hung up these curtains.
Yeah.
And did you see in what condition they are?
This two is okay, but one is
Perfect.
I don't know what
So this one is not okay.
but I know.
Okay, 1 second.
Live
I'm
okay.
trying.
Yeah.
This one is not okay. Yes?
Mm.
This one is okay?
Mm.
This is 3, me, her, and Marjorie. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. So we need 2 cars. And we want to be there on time. So if possible, maybe once.
But then if it's possible, I should to start with New Year.
Can we outside ready to go.
But if Marjorie will be not on time, can I go start on
And you
time?
leave her here?
I just asked because I know that she was not on time. She usually always to come to later. And I asked, or should I?
So I will make sure, I will tell her,
Yeah.
she has to be outside at 11. If she's not there on time because of some urgency that you have to take care of, then she's
I
gonna
can-
stay back.
I can wait maximum until 11:15, but then I should start.
Prabhu, if you start like this, she's gonna be late for sure.
Yeah, but
11 o'clock. Okay, so your choice, you can wait a few minutes if you want, but I don't need to tell her, I need
Yeah.
11 o'clock. If she's on time, she can go. If she's late, she has to understand, it will not, she will have to stay here because it's urgent.
You can share the link
Okay.
on WhatsApp.
For me, it's okay.
Okay, that's all. We don't need to discuss much more. If
Zoom
you
link
agree,
or-
then we are clear.
I can share the link
Okay.
on my mobile.
And Anantesvara, Sanoj, Hemanga, Gopal, and me, we go at 11 o'clock in one car.
Yes, madam.
And he goes with Marjani, Bhakti, Anna,
Mhm.
and Matreya
In
in
one
the
car.
other car at
Perfect.
11 o'clock.
Yes.
Hemanga, is Marjani around still? Or that's there? Or she's downstairs? Can you ask her to come, please? Thank you. Okay.
Okay, mother. So
I already said to everyone, I don't know if she knows this, and I just talked to him just 5 minutes ago. Starting on Monday, Mangal Arati is 4:30 in the morning.
mhm.
After that, it's Tulasi Puja. After that is Japa. After that is Prapat Puja and the deity greeting. After that is class. And after that, breakfast. Okay, and then Monday. Monday. I'll talk to you later if you have questions, okay? So then, Matreya and Rishi Prabhu, thank you very much. Yes,
Okay.
1 second. Thank you very much for cleaning out upstairs, the trash, the compost and all this. But I've seen all the geranium, they are sitting out here, were they not supposed to go in the garden?
Yes.
So why did it not happen? Can you clear this?
Die Geranien stehen noch draußen.
Marjorie, yeah?
Hab ich doch rausgebracht.
Yeah. Marjorie. It's afternoon. You're going to go in the car with Matreya, Bhakti, Anna, and Mukunda. This is no way to talk in front of the deities about. Yeah, then you can talk to me. Excuse me, I explain, because now I have to explain to everyone, okay? This attitude we cannot bring like this is teaching, okay? It's not criticizing to you, this is teaching. We cannot, if we have an issue, okay, we can say, okay, and then you can talk to me and we can make other plans. But we cannot say in front of guests, deities and everything, no, I will not, we cannot do this.
Okay.
Because Krishna will react on this. Krishna says, we may excuse devotees, but he does not excuse offenses to devotees. So we
Yes,
have
I
to be
agree.
aware to learn
I
this.
agree.
We have to learn this. So so I would like to apologize for this, and I will talk to you separate later to make an arrangement. All right? Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, what else do we have? This is it. Okay, I am finished, sorry.
Thank you, mother, for that.
The Iranian, it was clear, it's clear.
Perfect.
Clear? Not. Okay, please.
All right.
Sorry.
Thank you, mother. Perfect. So, Hare Krishna.
So Mukunda Prabhu, I want to apologize for this issue. But no, just accept my apology. Otherwise, my heart is broken. And then I cannot chant Hare Krishna all day. Okay?
Paranga. So let us greet Mother Dinasharan. Everyone, please come on your video and let us greet Mother. Everyone,
Hare Krishna.
wait, we can't hear, we can't hear.
Welcome.
Now, wait a second.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Mother.
Live chal raha
Government ने पूछा मैंने नहीं
hai. Understood now why it's like that. Perfect. Now it should be fine. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna, all of you.
Oh,
See you later for Harinam.
but the voice is not there.
And
Turn up the volume.
Your voice is there.
can they hear? Can you hear?
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji, we
Can
can
you
hear you.
say
Yes,
what?
yes.
क्यों एक तो मैं
Yeah,
फोन
we cannot hear you. Cannot hear you. Okay. All right. Okay, then we'll start by. Yeah. So I hope everyone can hear me. If yes, just give thumbs up or something, or yes in the group or somewhere or in the chat. Then I understand yes that can hear you, because I'm not able to hear you. Okay. Then let us begin all.
Not hearing anything.
Not hearing it. No. That's for us. Turn up volume.
That's for us.
Hare Krishna. All right. Then I think that's fine.
Okay.
So let us begin. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Yamuna Tira Jaya Jagannatha Jagannatha Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jagannath Balade Jaya Jaya Subhadra Jaya Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maya ki Shri Gaura Nitai Bhagavan ki Shri
Jai,
Nrsimhadev Bhagavan ki
Jai,
Jagat Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai,
every month
Premanande all
Jai.
glorious to assembled devotees, all glorious to assembled devotees, all glorious to assembled devotees, all glorious to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, glorious to Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Namne Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne Namaste Saraswati Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine. Everyone together, please. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshulunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasavi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So before we begin, let us recite a beautiful shloka that we chanted all yesterday from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, which describes how nectarian the pastimes of the Lord are. Not this one. Okay. Everyone, please. Krishna Nama, Krishna Guna, Krishna Lila Vrinda.
Krishna Nama, Krishna Guna, Krishna Lila Vrinda.
Krishnera Swarupa Sama Sabachit Ananda.
Krishnera Swarupa Sama Sabachidānanda.
Krishna Nama, Krishna Guna, Krishna Lila Vrinda.
Krishna Nama, Krishna Guna, Krishna Lila Vrinda.
Krishnera Swarupa Sama Sabachit Ananda.
Krishnera Swarupa Sama Sabachit Ananda. Yes.
Krishna Nama, Krishna Guna, Krishna Lila Vrinda.
Krishna Nama, Krishna Guna, Krishna Lila Vrinda.
Krishnera Swarupa Sama Sabachidānanda.
Krishnera Swarupa Sama Sabachit Ananda. Krishna's holy name, transcendental qualities, and transcendental pastimes are all equal to Lord Krishna himself. They are all spiritual and full of bliss. So before we begin, I beg mercy and blessings from Mother and all the Vaishnavas present here so that we can discuss the pastimes of the Lord and we can relish the nectar completely. And I beg mercy and the blessings from my beloved Guru Maharaj and his beloved Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Krishna's Nam Rupa Guna Lila. There is no difference in Krishna's holy names, Krishna's beauty and Guna, Krishna's qualities, and Lila, Krishna's pastimes. Yeah. So that's how this shloka is describing. So we'll be continuing. Yesterday we stopped at where Varahadev killed whom? Hiranyaksha. Yeah. So many people in India, they confuse actually. They think they both are same. Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. They mix with each other. But Hiranyaksha is different and Hiranyakashipu is different. Yeah. So we'll directly go to that part. Bro, can you bring 7th canto? Srimad Bhagavatam from library. Yeah. English probably. Yeah. I'm still learning Russian.
Are you?
I just learned Kak dila harasho.
What does it mean?
So Kakila means how are you? And Harasha means very good.
Okay. I know one word. And it's philosophical. Spagat.
Spagat. What does it mean, mother?
What does it mean in German?
A spagat?
Spagat.
Spaghetti.
No,
No.
not spaghetti.
No.
No, spagat.
Okay.
You don't know?
No.
This is a split.
Yeah.
You know, split dancers. Dancers.
Yeah.
They make split.
Ah, yes.
Spagat.
Yes.
So why is it? First of all, because the German word and the Russian word is the same. That's why I can remember it.
Yes, mother.
But it's also important to me because the split between our material needs and our material condition and the ideal spiritual goal. This is a big split.
Big one, mother.
And
Yes.
it's a split.
Yes,
That's
mother.
why I like this word.
Yes,
Because
mother.
this is what we are trying to achieve.
Mhm.
The coordination in this split, material, condition, and ideal spiritual goals. To bring this together in our spiritual life and
Yes.
teach this to others.
Yes, mother.
Spagat. That's a Russian word, I know.
Thank you, mother. Learned a new word. It's also really, yes, mother. So, Hiranyaksha was killed very mercilessly by Varahadev, and Hiranyakashipu could not tolerate this one. And Hiranyakashipu, and then he wanted to take revenge, So there is this complete chapter. It's from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7th. By his divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And here in the table of contents, you can see the chapter 2 is completely dedicated to how Hiranyakashipu laments on Hiranyaksha's death. And then he vows to kill Lord Vishnu. And then, so he engages, he brings all the demoniac army together, and then to plan a device like how we will devastate everyone who worships Vishnu and every places where Lord Vishnu's worship is happening. And then we will also at one point climb on to the Swarga Loka and then capture it, and then we will take the control over all the 3 planetary systems like this. So there's this complete big chapter where it says that demons engage in disastrous activities. So we were reading the other day. So they started destroying all the Brahmanical activities. They started killing cows, and everyone who would be seen worshipping Lord Vishnu, they would immediately be killed. So like this, and then on top of that, on the other side, so the demoniac forces, they are creating all this havoc on one side, and on the other side, so Hiranyakashipu, he's pacifying, the sons of Hiranyaksha, his nephews. Yeah. So it is very, strange, how Hiranyakashipu understands all the philosophy, but is not applying. And the Mahaprabhu says to Haridas Thakur, "Oh Haridas, you are the best, because I have seen some people speak of the truth, but do not preach to the others. Also, some practice in their life, but do not help others practice. And some helps others in practicing, but they themselves do not practice. But oh Haridas, you are the one who also practices and who also at the same time preaches to others. That's why you are the best." So here Hiranyakashipu is a typical example of one who preaches but do not practice. So look at the the shlokas that Hiranyakashipu is saying. He says, my dear sister-in-law and nephews, you should not lament for the death of a great hero, for a hero's death in front of his enemy is glorious and desirable. He says, in a restaurant or a place for drinking cold water, many travelers are brought together, and after drinking water they continue to their respective destination. Similarly, living entities join together in family, and later, as a result of one's own actions, they are led apart to their destination. This is Hiranyakashipu Maharaj ki.
Jai.
Oh.
Yes, it's okay. It's okay. I'll explain why.
Yes, Mother.
It's okay. Because as a devotee, when we are not understanding the full picture,
Yes, Mother.
we see Hiranyakashipu as the demon.
Yes, Mother.
And we think, when we think him to be a demon, we think, I am better than Hiranyakashipu because I'm a devotee, I'm chanting, I'm following what Prabhupada says, so I am good, but Hiranyakashipu is just a demon.
Yes,
But
Mother.
even in his demonship, he has a very, very advanced and high position.
Yes, Mother.
So we have to respect that.
Yes, Mother.
So it's okay.
Yes, Mother. This is really important. I always forget this, Mother, and this same problem with me, Mother. Every time I read Bhagavatam, so I always read about Indra. Indra did this, Indra did that, and I always
We have the tendency to criticize him and say, oh, look at Indra.
Yes,
Who's
Mother.
he? I'm better because I'm not doing this. But
Exactly.
that's complete illusion.
Yes.
Maya is still, despite of all what they did, they are very high level respectable persons.
Yes, Mother. Yes, Mother. I would like to add one point. So I was hearing my Guru Maharaj's class. So Mother, like this. So there, Guru Maharaj was mentioning exactly, Mother, what you mentioned just now, that how it all started. So yesterday we were discussing that the story started from Diti getting affected by the lust desires, but actually the pastime started back in the Vaikuntha. So there, the Jai and Vijay, the doorkeepers, were guarding the gate, and now, what do you think? Where the pastime started? Well, I thought so, that we will answer that one. But actually, even before that, something happened. So Jai and Vijay, because they were the pure devotees of the Lord, so they could understand the heart of the Lord. And they could see that the Lord is not getting a chance to express his virya rasa, his skills, his warfare tactics, he wanted to fight, but everyone in Vaikuntha is pure devotees of the Lord, and in the planet Earth, there is no one who could even stand, we cannot even look at Krishna without Divya Chakshu.
So it has to be on the equal level.
Yes, Mother. Yes. And then the Jai and Vijay, because they were the beloved devotees of the Lord, so they opted that, oh dear Lord, please accept us in your service. We want to serve you, we want to please. And then that's where, so the Lord arranged by the will of providence. It's the same in case of Diti. Otherwise, the granddaughter of Brahma, how can she make an mistake? So it's by the will of providence. It's exactly the same in the case of Parikshit Maharaj. He had the power to reverse the curse of Shringi, but he didn't. That was by the will of providence that's happening there. And it's the same that in case of so many, actually Bhagavatam is filled that how by the will of providence, so miraculously, so many things are happening in devotee's life, and the Lord assumes different forms, and he comes in different circumstances to protect his loving devotees. So that's where we were discussing yesterday.
Can I say something to the will of providence?
Yes.
You choose to say the words by the will of providence. For an outsider, this is the will of providence because they don't know where it's coming from. But really, all these devotees, they are simply accepting a service, not by the will of chance, because providence means chance.
Yes, ma'am.
But by the will of Krishna, to render a service to Krishna. So they are prepared to take a bad position as a devotee,
Yes, ma'am.
which is very difficult, for the service of the Lord. So it's not just the will of providence by chance, it is the will of the Lord, and they are rendering, because they love Krishna, they are prepared to do him this service. So it's not just the will of providence by chance.
Yes, mother. Yes, mother. Yes. So beautiful. Yeah, this point is very, very beautiful. So we missed this point. What mother explained just now, that the Vaishnavas, the devotees, they voluntarily accept inconveniences for the pleasure of the Lord and his loving devotees. So anyone would like to give any example besides Jay and Vijay's example? Not you, mother,
No,
you know.
no,
So maybe someone else would like to give an example. Yeah, Prabhuji.
Mother and Shine used to live in a one-wolf flat upstairs in full sunshine from morning 4 o'clock and evening 10 o'clock. And by surrendering to the Lord, she moved to a place where the sun comes 10 o'clock in the morning and it escapes 5 o'clock in the
5 in the
afternoon.
Krishna. We are really eternally thankful to you, Mother, for your sacrifices. If you would not be there, the German Yatra and all the other countries Yatra nearby, there's no way, Mother. So I don't know, Mother, if everyone knows like what hurdles you and Prabhuji have undergone
Anyway,
through.
now it's another topic.
Jai. So we will continue here. So here we can see how, so Hiranyakashipu is hypocrite because he knows he is not applying in his life. That's something that we can also learn. Yudhishthir Maharaj at one point he says that he says to Dhritarashtra, oh dear Tachri, I don't know how it's called, oh dear, like father, like something like that, because he's brother of his father. So he said, thank you for giving us an ideal example how to be how a king has to be. So if you look at the deeper section here, so it's like, so Yudhishthir Maharaj is learning from Dhritarashtra also that how not to be a king actually, so that is also very important. It's not just like do's are important, even don'ts are very important to know. Yeah. So that's where, so this chapter where, and then at one point he enrages, this is so much, that he wanted to become, Hiranyakashipu wanted to become immortal. Yeah. And then he had a history actually that every time someone went to Brahma and Lord Shiva, he cannot go to Vishnu because he has vengeance, but he knows the history. He downloaded, all the records of all the demons who went to Brahma and asked for immortality. Yeah. But what did Brahmaji said?
Even I am not immortal.
And Shuldigung Bita. Yeah.
He said what?
Just for fun, Mother. I said, and Shuldigung Bita. Yes.
I didn't realize it changed the language.
He said to all of them, it's not possible because I myself am not immortal. Yeah. And then Hiranyakashipu was ready with the list. Yeah. So it is said here that in Bhagavatam it says for 100 celestial years. Let us actually we could have tried this pose. Should we try? We can try it out. Let us try it out, everyone. So I don't know how to switch now. Okay. That's easy. Okay, let us try out this pose that Hiranyakashipu is trying. And let us see how many seconds we can stand like this. Okay, so his hands are raised and we have to look up on the ceiling, and go on the fingers of the feet, Yes, you have to come out on the fingers of the feet. So, okay, now how long we can, now we have to look up, we have to stretch the body. Mukunda have to go up higher, with the feet you have to go higher.
This tricky. Yeah,
So, that's really, okay, thank you very much. Thank you. So, now this is the position where he's standing. So, okay, how long we could stand? So, few seconds. Yes, dear Mother. Prabhuji, oh, you are young, Prabhu. Come on. Mukunda is fit and fine, Prabhuji. Mukunda Prabhu can easily cover 1 month.
You didn't see her. She did the best, actually.
Really?
From all of us.
We missed it. So this position is the most difficult position in the meditating yoga postures, and it is described, Bhagavatam says that in this difficult position, so he was standing like this for 100 celestial years. And now, okay, mathematicians from technical backgrounds, go on. How much is 100 celestial years?
1 celestial year. How much is 1 celestial year?
How much is 1 celestial year, Samesh Prabhuji?
20. No.
20 what?
26. like 260 around. I don't know. I don't know.
So it's okay, say a number, what?
It's like 260, is it?
What,
200
260 what?
Yes, the
This-
human years.
Earthly human years,
Yeah.
261 celestial years, 260 human years.
Yes.
Hmm.
No?
Okay, never mind.
Okay, it's a good
Because
try.
see, we are all ignorant, so we can accept criticism.
It's a
But
good.
if you know, you're correct.
Yes, Mother. Okay, it is 3,600 human solar years. Yeah. So, and then, yes, 3,000. One celestial year is 3,600 human solar years. And then 100 celestial year is 36,000 human solar years. 36,000 years, he stood like that in this position, non-stop, without a single break. Yeah. So
See the fires.
The
coming out of his
fire.
head.
the world was shaking apart because of the heat generated from the head of the Hiranyakashipu, and it was burning away not only the earth planet but also the heavenly planets. The demigods were completely in unrest position.
And not just that, in order to be able to do this, he had to use all the energies, resources from the universe in order to do this. So the whole universe was missing the energy that it needed to exist. So it was falling apart, the whole universe, because he was taking, it's just like a plug, electricity plug. He's taking all the energy that was in it for his capacity.
Yeah. Yes. So like this, the demigods were completely at unrest, and then the demigods, they rushed to Brahma, and then they are praying to Brahma, that, oh dear Brahma, please help us. Yeah. So we'll go to that. 132. These are this pastime is amazing.
While you're looking, I have a little story to this.
Yes.
I tell when I talk about this pastime.
Yes.
I'm sure everybody has watched TV sometimes, or the happens, we watch TV. And I saw an advertisement for fisherman drops. You know fisherman drops?
No.
You don't know what fisherman drops is?
It's a mint.
It's a mint.
Yes.
So the advertisement was, this man is coming back from work and he is tired from work. And he is sitting in his armchair, put the TV on, and because he's exhausted.
Yeah.
So there on his TV, there's an advertisement about fisherman drops. So he said, oh, this is what I need because I'm so, So he's in his living room and the armchair, the TV there, and next to it there's a cage with a bird in it. So he said, I should take a fisherman drop. So we can see him, he goes to this cabinet, drops a fisherman drop, pop, in his mouth. And then he starts breathing. Breathing, and it showed, the camera showed the bird on the cage because the bird has no more air. Because this fisherman drop is so strong that this man who came from work completely finished, he is taking all the air from the universe. This drop is giving you the whole air of the universe, so much so that the bird cannot breathe anymore. This is an example for this, and because everybody knows this.
Yes, Mother.
This advertisement, I always explain, how it feels,
Yes, Mother.
Take all the energy from
Yes, Mother.
this one story to explain this.
It's a very nice example. Not the example. It's,
Yeah. But everybody can understand this because the bird in the cage, he's like, because he's taking all the air for himself. Yeah. And this drop is doing it, because that's beside the point.
Yes, Mother. Thank you, Mother, for the insight. So Brahmaji, when he sees Hiranyakashipu, so Brahmaji says, "O son of Kashyapa Muni, please get up. Please get up. All good fortune unto you. You are now perfect in the performance of your austerities, and therefore I may give you a benediction. Yeah. You may now ask from me whatever you desire, and I shall try to fulfill your wish. Yeah. I have been very much astonished to see your endurance in spite of being eaten and bitten by all kinds of worms and ants. So you can see on the other side. So at the end of his life, all that remained was the skeleton, So there was nothing. And there was this ant hill, and the ant had eaten away not only the skin, but the flesh, veins, muscles, blood, everything. He was surviving on prana vayu, on the air.
This means only was left his skeleton, and his life air on the top of his head was kept there.
Yes.
Because otherwise he's dead. If that goes, then he's dead. But he's everything, the skeleton's there, but his whole life air was kept there.
Yes. Yes. He said that certainly this is wonderful. As I said, you are keeping your life air circulating within your bones. Yeah? Heavy. Even certain personalities, saintly personalities like Bhrigu. Bhrigu is son of Brahma. Again, even one born from Brahma, born previously, could not perform such severe austerities, nor will anyone in the future be able to do so. Who within these three worlds can sustain his life without even drinking water for 100 celestial years? Yeah, Brahmaji is saying. So like this. And then Hiranyakashipu, he asks first of all. So first of all, he offers, he trembles. So what Brahmaji does is that from his kamandalu, he showers the nectar that he has, the water. And then with that, it is mentioned here that he gets very, very youthful young body, dazzling and shining like a brilliant sun, and arms so strong that could take the hittings of the thunderbolts of Indra, so strong. So that's what such a body he got, Brahmaji's water. And then Hiranyakashipu, he comes out of his meditation, he falls down, he shivers, he tramples, and then he starts offering sweet words. But, this is like buttering, we can say, because he has some motive intentions. He's not selfless, he's selfish. So he is then offering some of the prayers, and then he started asking. Here it says, "Oh my Lord, O best of the givers of benediction, if you will kindly grant me the benediction I desire, please let me not." Okay, now we have to count. So at the end, someone has to say it completely. Yeah. So count one. Let me not meet death from any of the living entities created by you. Yeah. That is the first one. Any of the living entities created by you. It covers almost everything. Grant me that I not die within any residence or outside any residence, during the daytime and during the night time.
So is this another one, or is this four? Inside, outside, daytime, this is already
Four.
So this is five now already.
Yes. So not by any living entities created by you, and not inside, not outside. Second, and not in day or night. Third, and not in ground or sky. Fourth. Yeah. Grant me that my death not be brought by any being other than those created by you. Now that's a tricky one.
Yes, because it says you can.
Exactly. So first of all, he's asking, let me not meet death from any one of the living entities created by you. Any of the living entities created by you. And then he's asking that grant me that my death not be brought. Also, he is repeating the same. He's repeating the same. That grant me that my death not be brought by any being other than those created by you. And that is additional. So someone who is created by you, no. And others who are not created by you, also no. I don't want to die. You created someone, I don't want to die by them. You didn't create someone, I also don't want to die by them. Not inside the house, not outside the house, not in the ground, not in the sky, yeah, and not in the day, not in the night, like this. Nor by any weapon. How much we counted?
8 now. Weapon is 8.
Wow, mother is counting properly. Huh, Sanoj Prabhu, you're counting?
Yeah.
You're going to ask now you.
Okay.
Okay. Nor by any weapon was there, nor by any human being or animal. 9. All right. Go on, Prabhuji.
Yeah, 9.
Yes.
So.
Count, Prabhuji. Let us count.
He should become a teacher, you know. And we should be in his class. You know. Bad marks.
He remembers the pastime, mother, nicely. So he's just feeling a bit shy here, actually. Yeah. Okay. So we remember now, yeah, what did Hiranyakashipu ask, you know? And again, he's saying in underline, grant me that I not meet death from any entity, living or non-living. Yeah. Grant me further that I not be killed by any demigod or demon or by any great snake from the lower planets. Yeah? Since no one can kill you in the battlefield, you have no competitor, O Brahmaji. Yeah? Therefore, grant me the benediction that I too may have no rival. Yeah? Give me the sole lordship over all the living entities and presiding deities, and give me all the glories obtained by that position. Furthermore, give me all the mystic powers attained by long austerities and the practice of yoga, for this cannot be lost at any time.
True.
Krishna. I mean, I'm definitely sure Kayadu must have asked in solitude to Hiranyakashipu, my dear Lord, why didn't he just give you immortality? I mean, you said that, oh, I fooled Brahmaji. I tricked Brahmaji, but why didn't he clearly just then directly give you immortality? Hiranyakashipu says, oh, Kayadu, you will not understand. I mean, I'm sure this conversation must have happened somewhere back in it's not recorded here, but, you know. So you see how a materialist plans to enjoy, you know. So create so many plans, and as it says that man proposes, but God disposes. You want to say
So
more?
when I tell the story,
Yes.
I say it's just not that he is trying to enjoy material comfort and become immortal. His goal was actually to defeat God, because Hiranyakashipu, he is not just a simple demon. He knew that Krishna is God. He knew that, but he decided, and he told him in his face, but I will not surrender to you. I know who you are. I accept your position, but I will not surrender to you. So that's a different situation. And then by Brahma telling him, I'm sorry, I cannot grant you immortality because even I'm immortal. So Hiranyakashipu's idea was, I'm going to defeat Brahma and I'm going to defeat Vishnu. I'm going to defeat him because I'm going to think about, I'm so great, I will think about everything possible that to block out all the sources of death. And then at the end of all this, he was sure, now I'm immortal. I'm victory, I'm immortal. But he didn't count who is the Supreme Personality of God. He missed that one.
Yes. And then, so as soon as he receives the power, he started terrorizing the universe, you know. So yeah. This completely started terrorizing the Yeshipu, begot 4 sons. Yeah. And the youngest one was Prahlad. Yeah. So Prahlad was very, very dear to Hiranyakashipu. Yeah. He was like the life and soul, the darling. So Hiranyakashipu, he had 4 sons, but one of them was Prahlad. Yeah. And he was expecting Prahlad would continue the legacy of, troubling all the Brahmanas and going against Lord Vishnu like this. So he had great hope from Prahlad, and he was just waiting that when Prahlad would be big and take over my reign and continue the commandment over the control over the three universes, But as we all know that when Kayadu was pregnant, she was carrying Prahlad in the womb. So Hiranyakashipu was away for performing austerities. Yeah. And in the meantime, the Devatas, they found out that, Hiranyakashipu has a child in the womb of Kayadu. So what they did? They kidnapped Kayadu. They kidnapped. And then, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my most humble obeisances. So the Devatas, they brought Kayadu and then they kept her captive, So they had an option to kill the baby within the womb. But you can see the culture, So that shows that, what nowadays people are doing, abortion. So that is a great sin. At that time, the Devatas, even if they wanted to kill the child of Hiranyakashipu, they waited for the child to be born, So they didn't kill the baby in the womb, So that's a culture actually. And we learn so many good things from Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah. So at the time, Narad Muni arrives and Narad Muni informs, oh dear demigods, the child, that you're planning to kill is going to be a great devotee. He is one of our own, he's going to be a great devotee of the Lord, like this. So I was reading one pastime where it's mentioned how this soul got this opportunity to be, such a great devotee of the Lord. Yeah. So it is said that on the Narsimha Chaturdashi, we all should fast very strictly. Yeah. And this is called vrata. Yeah. So fasting. We may take a little anukalpa or a little prasad if we are not doing well. It's fine, as like on Ekadashi, but we should fast, like even without water if possible. If not, then at least just with water we should survive till the moon, till the evening when the Lord arrived.
Tomorrow, right? Tomorrow.
Yes,
That's
tomorrow.
Moon or sun? Sunset.
Sunset.
I
Sunset.
think it's sunset.
Sunset.
The sugar Dev is not with the moon, he's with the sun.
Sunset, yes.
Sunset.
Sunset. So till sunset, we all should fast on tomorrow's day. And what are the blessings one receives when one do fasting on this day, So it is mentioned that in Narsimha Purana, this is from Narsimha Purana, yeah. So Prahlad Maharaj is asking Narsimha Dev how he could develop bhakti towards him. He's asking, he has bhakti, that's why he's seeing the Lord face to face, but he's still out of humility, he's asking for all of us, that how he could develop bhakti towards him. And in his answer, so Narsimha Dev is answering there, he says, in ancient days in Avanti, there was a Brahmana named Vasu Sharma, a Pandit. He knew the Vedas very, very well. He had a devoted and a chaste wife named Sushila, who was endowed with all good qualities. Okay, now you listen carefully. 4 sons were, so she was celebrated for her devotion towards her husband. Vasu Sharma and Sushila gave birth to 4 sons. 4 sons were naturally well behaved, learned and obedient to their father. But the youngest son named Vasudeva was an exception. Narsimha Deva pointed to Prahlad. Oh Prahlad, your name was Vasudeva. You had a bad character and were addicted to associating with women of bad character, prostitutes, And one day you quarreled and fought with that prostitute. Yeah. And that night, both of you fasted because of quarreling and fighting. Fortunately, that day, that you both fasted was my appearance day. Yeah. And therefore, both of you received the auspicious results of fasting on my appearance day. He said that, therefore, we should fast today. And said, you were born as the son of Hiranyakashipu, my dear devotee Prahlad. And that prostitute took birth as a heavenly prostitute, as an apsara, as an angel in the heavenly planet. And she got so much material enjoyment here. After that, she became my devotee. And now you are a very dear devotee of mine also. Though born in a demoniac family, observing my vrata, Brahma is endowed with creative potency. Brahma observes this vrata, so tomorrow's vrata, Narsimha Chaturdashi vrata, and Shiva also observes this vrata, Narsimha Chaturdashi vrata. Observing this vrata, on my appearance day, Shivaji obtained such strength and potency that he was able to kill the demon Tripura Asura. Those who observe my vrata on my appearance day, whatever desire they have, they offer to me. I immediately grant it to them. So like this. So this is the potency of, this is how the Prahlad's history. So how Prahlad appeared as a pure devotee of Krishna. And there also, so his Guru Maharaj, Narad Muni plays a very important role, So it was Narad Muni who preached the love of Godhead, message of love of Godhead to Kayadu and hence to Prahlad. In the womb, Prahlad learned the message of Krishna consciousness, And then Prahlad was sent to which institute?
Sanda and America Institute of Technology.
Exactly.
Excuse me?
Sanda and America Institute of Technology.
Shanda Amarka Institute of Technology. Yes. So initially it was Hokshula. So Prahlad was sent for getting the training. What kind of training?
Diplomacy and
Diplomacy.
Yes. So the one regulative principle of all the teachers of Shanda Amarka Institute of Technology was that to break all the 4 regulative principles every day. Yeah. So that was their principle. Their principle was to how to do diplomacy, conspiracy, and politics. Yeah. And Shanda Amarka, they were expert in teaching their pupils, their students, that everyone who loves Vishnu, they are my enemy, and everyone who hates Vishnu, they are my friend. So this was the training, the teachings they were, giving to all the students in that place, in that school. But Prahlad, he was completely unaffected, even though he was continuously bombarded with such teachings. But Prahlad had no effect on him because he was totally safe, by the blessings and the teachings of his beloved Guru Maharaj. You want to say something, Mother?
No.
Okay. Yes. So like this.
Appreciate it.
Yes. Prahlad was completely unaffected. On top of that, when Prahlad would not be there, so Prahlad would even preach to his fellow friends, to his colleagues, to his friends like this. So we should also, first of all, we should be very strong. Jivan sarthak kari, karo par upakar. First, we should become very, very strong and completely convinced in Krishna consciousness. And then, if possible, we should also try, to help others like this. But here, it's very important that we don't deal directly with those who are envious. If we are not strong, and if we go and try to help of those who are envious, they may even drag us down with them. So it's like that. Yeah. So we can help them through like giving prasadam or by giving some of the, simple things which would not affect our Krishna consciousness like that, So Prahlad, when he came back from the school, then Hiranyakashipu, so he was so much overwhelmed to see Prahlad. He immediately caught hold of him, embraced him, loved him. The tears started flowing from his eyes. And he took Prahlad on his lap and he started caring for him, And then Hiranyakashipu says, "Oh, my dear Prahlad, my darling, tell me, what is the best thing you learned from your teachers?" You know, so this is the question, the very first question Hiranyakashipu is asking Prahlad. Yeah. So there, we should read this sloka. It's very important. I'll wait a sec. So this sloka is what the Prahlad's very first this thing that Prahlad says to Hiranyakashipu, you know. So 195. Okay. We should read Srimad Bhagavatam every day possible. And here, everyone, Shri, okay, I should find that sloka maybe on the text, yeah, then it will be easy for everyone. So that's 7, 5, and 5. Okay, give me a second, everyone. Okay. Shri Prahlad Uvacha. Oh, it's not. Why?
No, I think you haven't shared it.
No, it is sharing. The screen is getting shared.
Where is the remote ID?
Can you check, Prabhuji?
It's visible. You can see this.
Yes. On the TV, it's not visible.
Yeah, it is visible here. Yeah.
No, on the TV, it's not visible.
Okay.
Okay. And. Huh. Bench. Maybe I can plug in HDMI directly.
It is because of some settings, not because of that cable. Because when you like open database, then it went away.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It is with the settings, not with the cable.
Now?
No, when you share that PowerPoint.
Okay, I'll just stop share. Sharing. How about now? Yeah?
PC. Yeah, I think now.
Okay, now it's coming. All right. Then I think we can also read the sloka. So it's not coming on that one, just it's coming. All right. Then okay.
Yeah.
I'll just read the translation. Yeah. So Prahlad Maharaj is replying to Hiranyakashipu, you know. Okay. Okay. All right. It's fine for me. Yeah. So Prahlad Maharaj said, "O best of the asuras, king of the demons, as far as I have learned from my spiritual master, any person who has accepted a temporary body and a temporary household life is certainly embarrassed by anxiety because of having fallen in a dark well where there is no water." Yeah. So where there is no water, but only suffering. So a 5-year-old small boy, you know, when Hiranyakashipu, he asked this question to Prahlad, that what is the best thing you learned from Shanda and Amarka, you know, the teachers of, who was that? The teachers. So Brihaspati's brother, Shukracharya, yeah, the spiritual master of the demons, yeah. So, and he was expecting, so Hiranyakashipu was expecting that he will say, Om Hiranyakashipaya Namaha. Yeah? That, oh Hiranyakashipu, you are the God, you are the controller, you are the master of all the living entities from you. You are the source of everything. Like this. He was expecting that. But he was completely disappointed on hearing Prahlad's answer. A 5-year-old boy, it's been like this 5 years, I think, like this. A small boy is saying that, temporary body and temporary household life, one who has accepted this is certainly embarrassed by anxiety because of having fallen in a deep dark well, yeah, which has only problems and no water. Yeah. So this is on the top of that. So it's mentioned here that Hitvatma patam graham andakupam. Yeah. And last line he says that one should get rid of this dark well, and one should, what he should do? Vanam gato yad dharim ashrayeta. Means that one should go to Vana, Vrindavana, Prabhupada writes, where only Krishna consciousness is prevalent, and should thus take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now just try to imagine the position of Hiranyakashipu. He had control over everything and everyone. He had taken control over Swargaloka. He had changed the rules. Everyone who commits sinful activities will go to heaven, and everyone who commits piety will go to hell. Everyone who killed cow, who killed brahmanas, who destroyed the temples will go to heaven, and everyone who committed adultery, intoxication, animal killing, animal eating, meat eating, and gambling, they will go to heaven. Like this. So he had also changed the rules, the tarpana that's offered to the pitru. So when we offer to our ancestors, some offering. So Hiranyakashipu started eating all of that, and he started taking shares from the yagyas of all the devatas. And then he started changing the rules. Then in summer it will be cold, in winter it will be raining, and in rain it will be hot. So like this, he kept on changing. And with just by the movement of his eyebrow, so the ocean god would bring the most valuable jewels from the depth of the ocean and keep it at the feet of Hiranyakashipu. Everyone, Narad Muni says, including me, we would stand in line, to adore Hiranyakashipu. So even Narad Muni mentioned like that. Here it's mentioned. So to such a person, a small 5-year-old, helpless, simple boy, he's speaking such heavy words. And that's the first thing that came out from the mouth of Prahlad for Hiranyakashipu ever. So he was devastated. And then he laughs it out, actually. So he says, when Prahlad, so Narad Muni says, when Prahlad spoke, about the path of self-realization in devotion unto Krishna, thus being faithful, to the camp of his father's enemies, Hiranyakashipu, the king of demons, heard Prahlad's words, and he laughingly said, this is the intelligence of children spoiled by the words of the enemies. I mean, I don't know. Someone could try much better. Want to try, Sanoj Prabhu? Try it out, Prabhuji. Okay, so so, and then he advises to his assistants that, my dear demons, give complete protection to this boy at the Gurukul, where he is instructed, so that his intelligence will not be further influenced by Vaishnavas who may go there in disguise, especially the ISKCON devotees. So, he every time, so Hiranyakashipu would ask such a question. Then, so that was the first time that happened. And the second time Hiranyakashipu, so when Prahlad went in the school, got trained by Shanda Amarka, brought back, and then Hiranyakashipu, he is again repeating the same question. He's again asking the same question. My dear boy, what have you learned the best thing from your teacher? He is so adamant, he's so foolish, he's still expecting respect or adorations from his little boy. And this time Prahlad went a bit more heavier than before. Mother, would you like to chant? We'll follow behind you.
I read this.
Yeah.
Shri Prahlada Uvacha
Shri Prahlada Uvacha
Pranam Vishnu
Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu
Maranam Padasevanam
Smaranam Padasevanam
Archanam Vadanam Dasyam
Archanam Vandanam Dasyam
Atmani Vedanam
Sakhyam Atmani Vedanam
Iti Pumsarpita Vishnu
Iti Pumsarpita Vishnu
Navalakshanam
Bhaktischenna Lakshana
Bhagavajadam
Krive Krita Bhagavati Yatha
Aneditamuttamam
Tanmanedhitam Uttamam. Now Hiranyakashipu went berserk. He went completely mad. His eyes was red like copper, molten copper, and he just wanted to kill the little infant he was holding on his arms, Just some moment ago, he was shedding tears of love, but now all those tears has burnt away with the hot, burning charcoal red eyes of Hiranyakashipu. On hearing this, Prahlad said, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. These are the 9 ways in which we can serve Lord Vishnu. Not only that, he says, Iti Pumsar Pita Vishnu Bhaktis Chen Navalakshana. So one who has served Vishnu with one or more of this way, he says, Kriyeta Bhagavati Adha Tan Manyadhitam Uttamam. So, Uttamam, Uttam means best, the best. So, such a personality is the best. Is only such a personality the best. And on hearing this, so Hiranyakashipu was completely devastated, and then there was no scope actually, So, Prahlad in the meantime, he was also teaching to his schoolmates. So he was like completely, whenever Shand and Amarka would be absent, so Prahlad would grab this opportunity and he would just preach to his students. And then there is a chapter where Prahlad is explaining that how a normal human span is that of 100 years. Yeah. And then in 100 years, so half of the time is spent in sleeping. So just remains 50 years. And in 50 years, so half of the time. So is spent in, yes, eating and in childhood play. Yeah. Balavasta, Krida, Krida Satta. Balavasta, Krida Satta. It is said. So when we are small, this is very nice shloka. You should all memorize this one. It's very, This is from Shankaracharya, where he says in his beautiful bhajan, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda Mudamate. And there he says that, Balastavat Krida Sakta. So like this, Balastavat Krida Sakta. What it means?
In the childhood, we are attached to the childhood play, not we always invest our time in playing the games.
The childhood is lost in attachment to games. Yeah, Taruni Stavat, Taruni Sakta. So who can say that? What is the meaning? Taruna, Stavat, Taruni, Taruna and Taruni. What it could mean? Yeah, very good. Very, very good, Mataji. So yes, Taruna means like at youth. So we get affected by the youth lady. So it says that the youth is lost in attachment to woman. Yeah. Vriddha stavat chinta magnaha. Would like to somebody try it out? Vriddha stavat. Vriddha. Go.
In the old age, we are more and have anxiety and tension about all the things. How will my
Exactly. He says.
Again, in old age, we are entangled with the idea.
No, in old age, we are always have anxiety and many thoughts of all the things in the old age.
So he says childhood is lost in the attachment to games. Youth is lost in attachment to woman or man, so like that. Old age passes with worry and anxiety, thinking over many, many things, you know. Parame Brahmani Kaopi na Lagnaha. But there is hardly anyone who wants to be lost or attached in Parabrahman, the Supreme Spirit, the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. Like this, you know. So Prahlad Maharaj is teaching the same to his schoolmates. There's a complete chapter, Prahlad's instructions to his schoolmates. You know, there. So let us chant this shloka. Would you like to recite, Mataji? We'll follow behind you. Shri Praharad Uvacha Kaumara Acharit Prajno Dharman Bhagavataniha Durlabham Manusham Janama Tad Api Adhruvam Arthadham. That's 761. I'll quickly find for you. Yeah. Got it. So Prahlad Maharaj said, one who is sufficiently intelligent should use the human form of body from the very beginning of life. In other words, from the tender age of childhood, to practice the activities of devotional service, giving up all other engagements. The human body is most rarely achieved, and although temporary like other bodies, it is meaningful because in human life, one can perform devotional service. Even a slight amount of sincere devotional service can give one complete perfection. You know. So this is the words of Prahlad Maharaj to his classmates. It says that Prahlad instructs his demoniac schoolmates. He says, you know, oh, one born of the demoniac fathers, like this. He also mentions like this. In one shloka, he mentions like that. So, in the same context, Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, you know, that a little bit effort on the path of Krishna Bhakti is never lost. I am eternally grateful for that reason. Which shloka is that?
Second chapter.
The shloka? Okay, come on. Saraj Prabhu, Bhakti Shastri.
I know.
So,
I know this sort of, you know, I cannot remember. My
Neha.
memory is always getting worse all the time.
no. Neha Bhikramanashosti Pratyavayuna Vidyate Swalpam Apyasya Dharmasya Trayate Mahato Bhayat. Do not fear. Bhai. No, bhai. Do not have fear. Swalpam Apyasya Swa Alpa. Just a bit of effort on the path of Krishna Bhakti. You know, it is never lost. And Krishna is eternally grateful for that effort. And here Prahlad Maharaj says, even a slight amount of sincere devotional service, one can give complete perfection. You know, it all begins. Yes.
When you finish your class here, I will tell a story about this.
Okay. You would like to tell Mother now? We may not get time afterwards. So we go on, Mother.
But it's I mean, it has something to do with this.
Yes.
Okay, since you're asking me, what's happening?
Yes. Connection is lost. Yeah. Yes, Mother.
So, you know, I spent about 10 years in New Vrindavan.
Yes.
At that time, my children, they were in school age, Hariketan also. And at one point, we wanted to leave. We were there, we visited, we wanted to leave. And when we left, we packed our suitcase, and Hariketan was not there. We looked for him all over the place. And we found him on his bunk bed in the Gurukula. Bunk bed means double-sized bed. So he was on top. He took his suitcase on top, and he sat there. And we found it after looking all over the place, big place. And he said, Hariketan, we're ready to go. He said, no, I'm not going. I said, why are you not going? Because Prabhupada says, I'm a young boy. In my young youth, I should learn to be a devotee of Krishna.
Sure.
So I stay here and I will serve Srila Prabhupada here. Okay. So, of course, we're not going to leave. He was 5. So we were not going to leave him there. So we decided to change our plane. Our airplane was leaving 2-3 hours later, so we didn't. So we stayed in Northern Garden 10 years as a result. Because my boy was, I was very attached to my boy, like every mother does. I was very concerned about his education. So my husband and me, we took responsibility for the Gurukula there, 350 kids, just so that I make sure my boy is properly taken care of. So we took all this big tapasya for, the sake of my boy and my daughter. And of course, we did all this we did this 5 or 6 years. We were directors of the Gurukula there. And of course, what do you do with the kids? So we did Prahlad Maharaj play. Every Sunday, when guests were coming to the Novenavan, this is a farm, people would come from the city, from all over the place. We will put up a play with the children from the Gurukula. My daughter at that time, she was 2 or 3, beautiful girl, blonde hair, green eyes, white skin. Actually, she was born with many white hair. I called her Subiba. She was like a little monkey, a little baby, but lots of white hair everywhere. Anyway, these are details. But anyway, and she was very beautiful, very smart, and also she was the one who was training the baby elephant there, because the baby elephant was a baby, so no adults could sit on him, but she is the only one who never was afraid of him, so she trained the baby elephant, and we have pictures when she's there teaching the elephant. So anyway, because all the children decided that she should be Prahlad, so she played Prahlad. Every weekend, all the children dress up, makeup and everything. And I was happened to be Nishigade with, and my daughter, she was Prahlad, beautiful, So, and every weekend, she was thrown down the cliff. Yes, she was put in a pot of oil with hot oil. She was put in a pit of serpents with serpents and all the demons and all this every week for 1 year. So how many Sundays are in 1 year? Say 54 or something.
Yes.
Yeah, 54. 54 times in a year. She was put in a pot, put it. The year was over. It was December, Christmas time. All the Gurukula children will go to their parents. And because we were the parents, she stayed in the Gurukula, my son and her. And every night, the kitchen would bring a pot of hot milk for all the kids. So it was usually a big pot high like this, with a lid, for 350 kids milk. But because the Gurukula was empty, they put a bucket, just bucket, hot milk, and put it there. And my daughter was playing there with the hula hoop, fell in the pot of hot milk. After 1 year of playing this, she actually fell in a pot of hot milk. And I was in another room, I didn't see it. And she yelled that I thought a big cabinet fell on her head or something. I went out, I took her out of the pot, and she was burned from here to here, all this burnt. Immediately, I took the garbage pan, put water in it, and put her inside. Her skin was floating in the water. And she was screaming. I hit her on the face and said, "Stop screaming, chant Hare Krishna, because you don't know if you're going to survive this." And she said, "Nishingadev, Nishingadev, Nishingadev." And in the meantime, they got the ambulance, they brought her, put her in the tent, brought her to the hospital. 3 months in the hospital. Now the whole skin was burnt. So what they had to do, they put a paste there and then put gauze on it, white paste, gauze on it,
Yeah.
and after 1 hour, rip it for the skin that was cooked to be released.
Yes. Yes.
At that time, there were 3 other children in the hospital, and they all passed away, all the children, because of minor burns. It was especially for burns. And so every 2 hours, they had to do the procedure. And she was put to bed. She couldn't lie down for anything, so she had to lie on her elbows and on her knees with a tent on top. And then after 2 hours, she opened her eyes, and she was so beautiful, white skin, green cheeks, green eyes, white hair. Before she said, "Mama, it's time for me to go in the bathtub." So she went in the bathtub, and then the doctors did same procedure, and she screamed like her head off. And then she said to the doctor, she stopped screaming. I said, "You chant Hare Krishna because you don't know what's going to happen." So she said to the doctor, "Please, doctor, let my mama do this. Then I promise I would not scream." So the doctor asked me if I'm capable to do this. And since she asked, I said, "I will do this." So every 2 hours, the procedure. And she was Nishingadev, Nishingadev, Krishna, Nishingadev, on and on. So she survived. She survived. And so because you were telling, first of all, we are very much related to these stories because of that. And then the other thing is that these children, after they, like now, she's married to an atheist. Her children are actually devotees, but the husband was an atheist. It's similar, like, Kamsa's home and all these things. And then you're thinking, what's the use of all the chanting that I did, all the service that I did for Krishna, and my own children, they are in this condition, But I never lost faith despite of all this going on. Never, I didn't doubt Krishna for a second, even seeing my own children, my son being abused, my daughter with this accident and all these things. I never lost faith for a second. And even today, even though they have nothing, my daughter has nothing to do with Krishna consciousness, why am I doing what I'm doing? Because I feel indebted to my children. And at the same time to all these people. This is why I put myself in this situation, because every time my children come, they have to see Krishna all over. They can never forget him. They know I am a devotee of Krishna, I am the GBC from the blah, all these things. They can never forget. As you said, even if somebody does a small service, and this girl did a big service. So eventually, at the end of her death, Krishna willing, they will profit from it, even though right now they are not doing anything. Sorry. So just to prove your point.
Yes, Mother.
But these are real stories from life in Krishna consciousness.
Yes.
They are not just philosophy. I have philosophy somewhere and I do something else in my life. This means this philosophy has to be applied. Never mind all the circumstances. This is just one of the dramatic stories. There are many that in 50 years, many things happen.
Yes, Mother.
Endless movements. Okay, so thank you for your point.
Thank you, Mother. Really, thank you, Mother.
There's many stories like that. That we have to prove our faith.
Yes.
Because like for example, the other day, you were not here. This little boy, you were not here. You also not, you were there, I think, when this boy. The mother was sitting there, the little boy, 2 years. All of a sudden, he says, "Prabhupada, Prabhupada." He's running to Prabhupada, and he slips right in front of the exercise and hits his head on the vase. Luckily, this vase was a heavy-duty glass that didn't break. Otherwise, it would be on his face. And luckily, he didn't hit the edge of the marble. So he just had, I could recognize me that just the skin was broke a little bit and it was blue. Apparently, freaked out completely. We forgot everything. Even though I see this, you cannot forget, especially in this situation, you cannot forget the Supreme Personality of God, because you don't know what is going to happen. My daughter, she survived, but the doctor said this was a miracle. There's more to the story, but the doctor were amazed that with such a heavy burn, she didn't pass away. He said that was a miracle. So yes, it's a miracle because Nishigari. That's the story of Nishigari.
Thank you, Mother. Thank you. We're looking really forward to get to know more realizations, Mother. So please keep sharing with us.
Because like now, you're asking us verse, do you remember this? It's 50 years back. I'm not reading these stories every day that I have this all in my mind. But the thing is, everything I've heard, everything I have tried to spend a long time applying in my life. And that gives us self-realization and the realization of to become self-realized. That's what it means. It means my life is self-realized life because I may still be imperfect in many ways, that's a detail, but because we apply the philosophy that we're hearing every day in our daily life, that's the key of this movement and what Prabhupada is teaching us. Not just to make it, academic, knowing all the, of course, I'm not I admire anyone who knows all the verses and all the names and all this, but but to apply what we learn. And Krishna is giving us plenty of opportunities to apply it. Another example is just this lady who her son passed away 3 weeks ago. So this is to apply this philosophy. And Krishna is testing us. Krishna would not test us if he didn't think that she was fit to cope with this and understand and transform life, material life, into spiritual life. Krishna is testing us all the time to show, okay, you mean it right, then I give you an opportunity to prove to me and to make progress. That's Krishna's mercy. For materialists, it looks like, oh, what a drama. From the spiritual point of view, it is a blessing in disguise. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Right.
So we'll continue.
Turn around.
Yes. So as Mother explained very nicely that how Prahlad was, tried to killed by Hiranyakashipu in thousands of ways. So we can see some of them. He was thrown from a high cliff. He was thrown under, the mad elephants. He was thrown in a well full of poisonous snakes and black magic and witches and so many things. And it went to an extent where, his own aunt was engaged in killing the little baby Prahlad. But Prahlad was completely protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he had complete faith on the Lord and his protection, So he was Uttam Adhikari. He was seeing the presence of Krishna in everything and everywhere, in everyone's heart. So like this, he never ever differentiated between the friends and the enemies. The way the teacher Chand and Amarka were trying to teach, but Prahlad was very, very, cautious, not to make any such differentiations. And that's a sign of a pure devotee of the Lord. So Hiranyakashipu was completely fed up with Prahlad. And so there, he just catch hold of Prahlad and then he says, "Oh, most impudent, most unintelligent disruptor of the family, O lowest of mankind, you have violated my power to rule you, and therefore you are an obstinate fool. Today I shall send you to the place of Yamaraj." So here, it is in Bhagavatam, as Mother we were discussing earlier today, it says, Shri Hiranyakashipur Uvacha. Shri is used. So Shri is used for someone, it's like when Shri is used in relation to Lord Krishna, so that Shri is representing Mother Lakshmi, the opulence of Lord. Here you can see Shri, it's like very respectful. So that's how beautiful the Sanskrit language is, you know. So it has a, how do you say, respect even for like someone who is such a downfall person. And, you know, Hiranyakashipu said these words. So Hiranyakashipu, he asked all the benedictions, but he forgot to ask one most important. I need control over my mind, you know. So he had everything, power over all the living entities in these three planetary systems, you know, all the mystic yogas. No one could kill him, nothing could deteriorate him. He has all the mystic knowledge and everything. But the only thing that he didn't have was the control over his own mind, you know. So he may possibly even control Prahlad, let's say, externally, but he didn't had control over his mind. When Prahlad, he didn't retaliate it back. Prahlad was just natural, neutral. He was doing what his spiritual master taught him. Every time Hiranyakashipu would ask Prahlad, from where did you learn this? You know, all this nonsense. And Prahlad would be so innocent. He would just say, I learned it from my spiritual master. And Hiranyakashipu would think this is Shanda and Amarka. He would not say Narad Muni. He would just say spiritual master. And Shanda and Amarka will like, they'll be like, no, we didn't teach him. We didn't teach him. Hiranyakashipu would be removing his sword, you know, you are foolish rascals. Well, you stupid sons of my beloved spiritual master, I will kill you now. What did you teach to my son? And then, so like this, the blame would go on Shanda and Amarka actually, every time. You know, innocently, Prahlad was very innocent. And here he says that, my son Prahlad, you rascal, you know that when I am angry, all the planets of the three worlds tremble along with their chief rulers. You know, it's a big deal. You see, this line has heavy weight in it. It says, along with their chief rulers. You know? So, Agni Dev is controlling Agni of all the three planets. You know, just you light some Agni, you can see fire right now on the candle. You know? But the Agni of every Agni that exists in the body, in the fire, which can be seen, and in the fuel which cannot be seen. Every Agni is been controlled by Agni Dev. So Krishna has given this power to Agni Dev. All the wind, as Mother explained, Hiranyakashipu had withhold all the wind, you know, all for me, none for you. That's the mentality of demons. And Radhanath Maharaj explains, when we say all glories unto you, Srila Gurudev, so that means everything for you, Guru Maharaj, and nothing for me. So that's a difference between devotees and the non-devotees. I have. We have two glasses. But Mother, it's in front of altar, so I'm not drinking.
Will you, the speaker, has a special, because he has to speak, use the voice. He's the only one who's allowed to drink, nobody else. That's special.
So he had control over each and every demigods, who had control over each and every elements. You know, Vayudev, when Hanuman was hit on the Hanu, on the chin by Indra, Vayu got so angry. Indra, you killed my son. I will withdraw all the air from the complete universe. Let everyone also die. And he just withdraw complete air, and everyone was suffocated. They were choked. So we can see that he says, when he says that all the planets of the three worlds tremble along with their chief rulers, you know, Varuna, Indra, Agni, Vayu, Surya, Chandra, even Narad stood in line. So that was his power, but he had control over everyone, but he didn't have control over his mind, you know. So the control over mind can only be, is possible only when one has accepted the shelter of Lord Sri Krishna. Otherwise, it is impossible. So
in 1 hour, we have to be outside to go to the harana.
Yes. Okay. So just one more slide.
Today is not Nishinga Chaturasi, so we cannot fast. We don't have to fast.
Yes.
Otherwise, we can say, okay, and then we go.
Okay. 10 minutes.
Yes.
15 minutes.
It's your time. It's okay for me. It's your time for breakfast.
Yes, we are very close now. So Lord is he's getting ready in the pillar. He's just waiting to come out, So by whose power has a rascal like you become so impudent that you appear fearless and overstep my power to rule you? He's like completely baffled, Like, from where do you get your power from, oh little boy? From where do you get your power from? And Prahlad Maharaj says, my dear king, the source of my strength, of which you are asking, is also the source of yours. Indeed, the original source of all kinds of strength is one. It's not only your strength or mine, but the only strength for everyone. Without him, no one can get any strength. Whether moving or not moving, superior or inferior, everyone, including Lord Brahma, is controlled by the strength of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki. So like this is absolutely, and then Hiranyakashipu is like, he is asking Prahlad that, where is your, he says, oh most unfortunate Prahlad, how much is cursing this boy. You have always described a supreme being other than me. Supreme being other than me, you describe him always. A supreme being who is above everything, who is the control of everyone, and who is all pervading. But where is he? If he is everywhere. So the Lord, Amarendra Prabhuji explains so lovingly. He was explaining that the Lord, he was waiting for this moment right from day one. He sent Prahlad. He was waiting when Hiranyakashipu will, cross his limit and when I will come down. So he was and he knew, Lord knows everything. He knew that Hiranyakashipu was going to point one of the pillars. So there were many pillars. So the Lord was jumping from one pillar to another as Hiranyakashipu was changing his fingers, Oh, he's going to show this pillar. Oh, he's going to show this pillar. Oh, no, here. It's my devotee who is saying, I'm present there in that pillar. I have to come out. So he was jumping in all the pillars. The Lord he was dancing in ecstasy, to prove the words of his devotee true. Yeah. And then when Hiranyakashipu finally, he said, he is everywhere. Why he is not present for his pillar? And then, so because you are speaking so much nonsense, I shall now sever your head from your body. Let me see your most worshipable Lord God to come to protect. I want to see. And then it is said that he took up his sword. He got up from his royal throne and with great anger struck his fist against the column, and there to prove the statement of his servant Prahlad Maharaj. So first of all, from within the pillar, a very fearful sound came out, which appeared to crack the covering of the universe. Narad Muni says, oh dear Yudhishthira, my dear Yudhishthira, this sound reached even the abodes of the demigods, like Lord Brahma. Yeah? And when the demigods heard it, they thought, oh, now our planets are being destroyed. Yeah? The sound was so thunderous. Yeah? While showing his extraordinary power, Hiranyakashipu, who desired to kill his own son, heard that wonderful tumultuous sound, which had never been heard before. Upon hearing the sound, the other leaders of the demons were afraid. None of them could find the origin of that sound in the assembly. Yeah. To prove the statement of his servant Prahlad Maharaj was substantial. In other words, to prove that the Supreme Lord is present everywhere, even within the pillar of an assembly hall. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari exhibited a wonderful form never before seen. The form was neither that of a man nor that of a lion. Thus the Lord appeared in his wonderful form in the assembly hall. Everyone please recite after me. Satyam vidhatum nijabhritya bhashitam.
Satyam vidhatum nijabhritya bhasitam.
Satyam vidhatum nijabhritya bhashitam
Satyam vidhatum nijabhritya bhasitam
Vyaptim cha bhuteshu akhileshu chatmanaha
Vyaptim cha bhuteshu akhileshu chatmana
Adrashyatatyad bhutarupamudvahan
Adyasyatyaat bhutarupamudvan
Adrasyatat
Adyasyataat
yad bhutarupam udvahan
yad bhutarupamudvahan
Stambhe sabhayam namrigam namanusham
Stambhe sabhayam namrigam namanusam
Stambhe sabhayam namrigam namanusham
Stambhe sabhayam namrigam namanusam
Namrigam namanusham. You know? Yes, namrigam, not an animal. Namanusham, not a human being. The form was neither that of a man nor that of a lion. Thus the Lord appeared in his wonderful form in the assembly hall. And then, there's a detailed how the fight happens and how the Lord appeared, actually, how the Lord looked like, So I'll just read that, how the appearance of how the Lord appeared, and then we'll end here. And then you all can read personally after that. Hiranyakashipu studied the form of the Lord, trying to decide who the form of Narasimhadeva standing before him was. The Lord's form was extremely fearsome because of his angry eyes. In Narasimha Kavach by Prahlad, chanted by Prahlad Maharaj, he says, Trilochana. The Lord has 3 eyes, just like that of Lord Shiva, So 3 eyes, he says. In Bharata Muni's Natya Shastra, so Bharat Muni describes the wonderful quality of Lord Narasimhadev when he appeared. So with one eye, he was looking angrily at Hiranyakashipu, and with the other eye, he was looking compassionately, lovingly, like that of a cooling moon, soothing moon, to that of the Prahlad Maharaj. So he said, if someone wants to say he's God, ask him to present the expressions, 2 different expressions in both of his eyes at the same time. Krishna can do that. The Lord Narasimha can do that. The normal human being cannot do that. So the Lord's form, because of his angry eyes, which resembled molten gold, his shining mane. So we can see also from here, actually. This is also a nice photo. His shining mane. You know what is mane? Mane, exactly. You can see in this photo beautiful mane. So the Lord's mane was of the whitish color. So he had beautiful mane, which expanded the dimensions of his fearful face, his deadly teeth, his razor sharp tongue, which moved about like a dueling sword. So the sword moves like this. So the Lord's razor sharp tongue was moving around like a razor sharp, like a dueling sword. His ears were erect and motionless, and his nostrils and gaping mouth appeared like caves of mountain. His jaws parted fearfully, and his entire body touched the sky. His neck was short and thick, his chest broad, his waist thin, and the hairs on his body as white as the rays of the moon. His arms, which resembled flanks of soldiers, spread in all directions as he killed the demons, rogues, and atheists with his conch shell, disc, club, lotus, and other natural weapons. So we're going to chant prayer today before we end today's shloka. And there you go. So we are going to chant 2 prayers, one to the chakra of the Lord and one to the conch shell of the Lord. Okay. So everyone repeat after me. Should I find it on? This is okay. You can repeat. It's easy. Chakram Yuganta
Chakram Yuganta
Nalatigmanemi
Nati
Brahmat Samantad
Brahma Samanta
Bhagavat Prayuktam
Bhagavad Prayuktam
Dandadi Danda
Gandhadi Gandha
Dharisenamashu
Namasu
Kaksham Yathavat
Karsham Yadhava
Tasakho Tasaha
Tasako Sasaha
set into motion by the Supreme Personality of Godhead and wandering in all the four directions. The disc of the Supreme Lord has sharp edges, as destructive as the fire of devastation at the end of the millennium. As a blazing fire burns dry grass to ashes with the assistance of the breeze, may the Sudarshan Chakra burn our enemies to ashes. So our enemies means externally, yes, but most important is internal enemies. That's the one which is not visible and who does the most amount of damage. So this is a prayer to the chakra of the Lord, to the Sudarshan Chakra of the Lord. And now we will chant one prayer to the club of the Lord. So Lord Narasimha has a beautiful club. You can meditate on that one. Gadeshani
Gadeshani
Sparshana Vishpulinge
Varsana Zapulinge
Nishpindhi
Nispindi
Nishpindhya
Nispindya
Ajita
Ajita
Priyasi
Priyasi
Kushmanda
Usmanda
Vainayaka
Vainagyaka
Yaksharaksho
Yaksaraksho
Bhutagraham
Bhutagraham
Churnaya
Churnaya
Churnayarin.
Churnayarin
O club in the hand of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We should repeat this phrase actually. So please repeat. O club
Club
in the hand
in the hand
of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
You produce sparks of fire
You produce sparks of fire
as powerful as thunderbolts,
as powerful as thunderbolts,
and you are extremely dear
and you are extremely dear
to the Lord.
to the Lord.
I am also his servant.
I am also his servant.
Therefore,
Therefore,
kindly help me
kindly help me
pound to pieces.
round to
So
pieces
pound to pieces the evil living beings
the evil living beings
known as
known as
Kushmandas,
Kushmandas,
Vainayakas,
Vainayakas,
Yakshas,
Yakshas,
Rakshasas,
Rakshasas,
Bhutas,
Bhutas,
and Grahas.
and Grahas.
Please pulverize them.
Please pulverize them.
Yes. And the last prayer is to the conch shell of the Lord. So it is said, someone said that the two, so what are the four things that the Lord has in his hands?
The cloud, the conch shell, the chakra, and flower.
Yes.
The lotus flower.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute, then he has six. The sword and the bow.
Yes. Yes. So I mean the Chaturbhuj form of the Lord actually just have like Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. And the Lord has many hands, as we read here, multitudes of arms spreading in all the directions, killing all the demons. So we are going to end with this shloka. So the chakra and the club is actually for the demons to punish them, and the conch shell and the lotus is for the devotees to bring auspiciousness. But here in this prayer, we can also see that even with the conch shell, the Lord killed many of the demoniac forces. As we just read, just by the roar of Lord Narasimha Dev, all the demoniac ladies who were pregnant, who were holding, the demon sons, they had miscarriages. So such was the powerful roar, because it was filled with the breath of the Lord. It is the same way when the Lord, he plays his conch shell. What is the name of the conch shell of the Lord? Panchajanya. And Arjuna's Shankha was Devadatta. And Bhima's Pondrik, and then you should have Ananta something, I forgot. like this. So they had all
How
something, yeah, Prabhuji. I had to check, Prabhuji. Bhima had a shank like this. So we recite the prayer now to the conchal of Lord Narasimha Dev. Yeah, please everyone. Tvam yatudhana,
Swamyatudhana,
Tvam yatudhana,
Swamyatudhana,
Pramatha,
Ramatha,
Pretamatri,
Premanatre,
Pisacha,
Pisacha,
Vipragraha,
Vipragraha,
Ghora Drishtim,
Ghora-drishtin,
Darindra,
Narendra,
Vidravaya,
Vitravaya,
Krishna Purito,
Krishna Purito,
Bhima Swano,
Masanu,
Re.
Re,
1 second. Darindra,
Narendra,
Vidravaya,
Vitravaya,
Krishna Purito,
Krishna Purito,
Bhima Swano,
Bhimasanu,
Re.
Re,
Hridayani,
Dhyani,
Kampayan,
Kampayan,
O best of the conch shells,
Oh, best of the concepts.
O Panchajanya,
O Panchajanya,
in the hands of the Lord,
in the hands of the Lord,
you are always filled
you are always filled
with the breath of Lord Krishna.
with the breath of Lord Krishna.
Therefore,
Therefore,
you create a fearful sound vibration
you create a fearful vibration
that causes trembling
that causes trembling
in the hearts of enemies,
in the hearts of enemies,
like the
like the
Rakshasas,
Rakshasas,
Pramata ghosts,
Brahmanos,
Pretas,
Pretas,
Matas,
Matas,
Pisachas,
Pichasas,
and Brahmana ghosts with fearful eyes.
and Brahmanos with fearful eyes.
So we end here. We had 2 more slides, but we don't have time now. So we'll end today here. And this is the slide after that, like after the Lord kills Hiranyakashipu and he's still angry. So all the Chele Chapate, all the followers, the butterers of Hiranyakashipu, who used to chant every day the 16 rounds of 1008 mantras Om Hiranyakashipai Namah. So all went to Lord Narasimha Dev to kill, but they all got destroyed. And it said that just by the touch of the nails, Lord Narasimha Dev departed him apart from this body, And then the Lord was still angry. Everyone tried to approach. So actually, no one tried to approach.
Yes.
No one tried to approach. Brahma.
Afraid of him being so angry.
Yes. Brahmaji is saying to Mother Lakshmi, oh Mother Lakshmi, you go. He's your husband. He's your husband. You go ahead.
Just imagine sending your wife, you go out.
She said, I never ever saw my husband in such an angry form. And then she could not. Lord Shiva, no. Brahma himself, no. None of them, everyone were hiding actually. First they were hiding from Hiranyakashipu. When the fight was going on, all the devatas were secretly watching from behind the clouds. And when Narasimha Dev threw Hiranyakashipu in air, he saw who all were standing behind the clouds and clapping and watching. And then he made a note of that, and the demigods thought, and demigods said, please, dear Lord, kill him. Please kill him, dear Lord. Do not leave him alive. Please kill him. He had seen us now. And then like this, so none of them came. And then Prahlad. So for you, he appeared like this, Prahlad, and then Lord touched Prahlad.
No, wait, before you say this.
Yes, Mother.
First of all, he tried to get his wife.
Yes.
But then, can you imagine? He got his little 5-year-old boy. 5-year-old child, he got him.
Yes.
You go. I am too afraid. You go. Can you imagine?
Amazing. So this is, you should read actually this pastime. So today when you're coming back from Harinam.
So before you continue, we will continue with this.
Yes.
I'm just telling everybody. After this, there's bread and butter and cheese over there. You all make yourself a sandwich. I give you a plate, you put it in, and you get ready to go. Because we have no time to wash dishes, and we cannot leave the temple with all the dishes there, and then we have to wash the dishes when we come back. Because when we come back this evening, we have to prepare the altar for tomorrow. So please don't take dishes. Make yourself a sandwich, put it in your pocket, and let's go.
In the car.
Yes. All right.
Perfect. So the very important, the most important prayer, the one prayer. So there are two things, you know. So here it says that two things, and then we end here. He says that Lord Narasimhadev asks him, what do you want? You know, he offers so many things. And then I'll just cut short. So Prahlad says, dear Lord, I'm not a merchant. You know, I'm not here to do the business that I do devotional service and you fulfill my material desires. I'm not here to do some business with you. I'm your servant, humble servant. I'm here to whole and soul provide pleasure to you, to serve you, you know, like that. And then the Lord said, okay, please ask something. I wish to give you something. And the Prahlad Maharaj said, dear Lord, if you wish to give me something, I beg that you please excuse my father. And the Lord here, he says wonderful prayer, which is very important for us, which we have to tell to each and everyone. The Lord promised to Prahlad, do not fear Prahlad. I promise these are my words, that anyone who becomes a pure devotee of Krishna, 21 generations connected to him will go back home, back to Godhead, even if they have not done anything. But just because of being connected to a pure devotee of Krishna in the family, 21 generations will get a chance to go back home, back to Godhead. Lord Narasimhadev promised to Prahlad Maharaj. This will never come false. So that's why when a person becomes a pure devotee of Krishna in the family, the ancestors in the, you know, in the Pitru Loka, they start dancing, because now they understood that we will be also delivered by the connection with this, you know, devotee like that. Shri Shri Lakshmipati Narsimhadev Bhagwan ki, Bhakti Shrimani Shri Prahlad Maharaj ki, Shri Harinam Desh Dham ki, Shri Narasimha Chaturdashi Mahamahotsav ki, Jai Gaur Premanande. So,
I'd like to say something more to this.
yes, mother.
Please.
Please switch on your videos to let us say.
I lived in New Vrindavan for 10 years.
Yes, mother.
In New Vrindavan, they have a big Nishingadevi deity, bigger than the one in my. So the main worship was Hare Krishna, Jagannath was there, and big, huge Nishingadevi. And I used to give tour in the temple there, because people would come from all over. The buses were coming with hundreds of tourists to New Vrindavan to look at the temple. So, and I used to give tours. But when I told the story of Nishingadev, I cannot tell to these people. First of all, I tell them this is God. I explain to them this is God, and they go leave. And then I cannot explain to them that God tore Hiranyakasipu apart, because then he said, "What kind of God is this?" So for their safety, for their sake, I tell the whole story, and Nishingadev was about to tear him apart because he's such a demon. And then Prahlad, as the son of Hiranyakasipu, he prayed to Nishingadev, saying, "My dear Lord Nishingadev, please spare my father. You know, we know he is a demon, but I'm asking you, please be merciful unto him." So that's my story to all these people. And then everybody goes, "Wow, the child is asking," you know, even though the father tried to kill him and all these things. So the boy is so merciful for his father. He's asking, "Please, Nishingadev, don't kill me, mercy." And then Nishingadev said, okay, I will not kill him, you know. And then everybody is relieved. I said, "Wow, what a God this is, what a Prahlad this is." So they leave with a good impression.
Yes, nice, mother. It's very handy actually. Will come very
10
helpful.
years are so. This
Thank
is
you.
why Nishinga Chaturdasi is for all of us very, very important.
Yeah.
And thank you for reviving these stories in me, because, you know, by doing the service I'm doing, also I'm forgetting all these things. I don't forget, of course, but it's, you know, far in the past. So thank you for reviving these things. This is Association of Devotee, life, eternal life. Past, present, and future is all on one platform. Thank you.
Thank you, mother, for all the blessings, all the trainings, mother.
So you accomplished your job.
Like to say goodbye, mother.
We get stuck and we won't get that.
Okay, everyone.
We're not going to be there tomorrow.
We're going on Harinam now. So see you after. Hare Krishna, everyone. Then
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hari
Krishna.
Bol.
Hare Krishna, everyone.